Have you ever felt down and alone and maybe a little depressed, filled with anxiety inside? If this sounds like you, then stay tuned. We're going to learn how to handle some of that anxiety. All right. So here we are. We're starting fresh. We've got a new year ahead of us, and the ideas that we had all last year during lockdowns and all kinds of crazy things, we can now use all of those to be the best person that we can be and have super success this year, can't we? Oh, I don't know. Can we? You see, last year, with all of the lockdowns and all of the things we couldn't do, the graduations we couldn't attend, the sporting events we couldn't attend, the teams we couldn't root on, the family members we had trouble seeing or maybe didn't get to see at all during the holiday season, caused a lot of anxiety in our lives and a lot of depression worldwide. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk with you a little bit about that anxiety and that depression. You see, anxiety is something that comes into us and it produces a fear in us. Really, anxiety is a fear of the future, isn't it? Anxiety is a fear of the future. It's not a fear of the now, it's a fear of what is going to happen in the future. And with all of the political unrest and riots and all kinds of crazy things that are going on, it's easy to have anxiety over the future. It's really easy to have that. However, I'm here to tell you that, you can't a bit more foretell the future than you can tell how old a tree is just by looking at it. There is really no way for you to foretell the future. And frankly, worrying about it or having anxiety over the future doesn't add any more time to your life, does it? Knowing what the future is, even if you guess it right, doesn't add any more time to your life, does it? In fact, it takes away from your life. Anxiety is one of those things that if left to go unchecked, if it doesn't just come and go away, it can actually lead to depression. And I think we all know what depression is. And if you've never had depression, then you're probably lying, because I'm a very optimistic person, but even I get depressed sometimes. A little bit of depression isn't that big of a deal. It's when it starts building up that becomes a problem. We have all kinds of pills and drugs that can help us get through depression. However, I would encourage you to try to avoid those. You see, because pills and drugs, uh, even though we have legalized pills and drugs, there are illegal pills and drugs also. Those illegal ones are mind altering. But you know what? A lot of the ones that are legal are a bit mind altering also. There are times when you need those for sure. However, I would encourage you to take a little bit of time, and when you start feeling that anxiety or that depression begin to set in, that you acknowledge it and realize that you should not be anxious about anything. The Bible says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, through prayer and petition, bring your cares to the Lord. There are also a ton of other verses that talk about anxiety. Jesus Christ, when he was on the earth, he actually talked to his disciples and the people around him about anxiety and said, hey, don't be anxious about things. God cares about the birds. God cares about the bees. God cares about the grass and the lilies. How important do you think that you are if he cares about all of them? In fact, in one of the verses in Luke, he even talks about the fact that, the ravens, they don't contribute anything. They contribute nothing. And yet he feeds them. They don't store anything up, and yet he makes sure that they don't go hungry. So how much more important do you think you are than a raven or the grass or lilies? Although beautiful, but you're more beautiful. So I would encourage you, when it comes to anxiety, to focus on the fact that you're here for a reason. You're uniquely made and you're special. Remember, you are worthy to be here. And You are a uniquely made individual that has special gifts to give to this world. You have special gifts to give to your family. You have special gifts to give to your friends. If you want to learn more about how to cope with anxiety, tune in for the next couple of episodes. We're going to be talking about this for a little bit because I think that it's a really important subject. Thanks for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. MyAndyBuck.com, signing out.